It now. Forced out Onic out of position. Escalera with a shield unity plus good seal. They may be able to burst out Super Prince. James goes in from the back. Real well manipulation from Jay-Z. Gonna bring down Super Prince. King Kong was able to shut.
And they're able to get out, but still holding it down for the purple buff. Oh!
James flickers in. And brings down Super Prince.
They're forcing it.
MP the King onto the back. They caught King Kong. Immortality pop. Counter Titans into the middle lane. Escalera is there as well. Flickers. MP the King goes from the back. Brusco might be trouble here as Aditi breaks it.
For more room again for MP the King to really find his targets. But they complete their lineup with a Cho, so...
All right.
Thank you so much, panel, for breaking it down again. It's game number 4 upon us. They extended the series off of an amazing long game for Twisted Minds. Can they do it again to take us all the way to 5 games? We'll see if it happens. Brusco early on. Whoa.
Oh, MP the King, first blood drawn.
Man.
To the bruiser.
Oh,
that's not good.
That is not the start that Onic Philippines wanted. They want them dictating the tempo, but I think up against this Baksha, I just realized Baksha can roam around the map really well too, very quickly.
Oh, even Hajizi actually stopped the recall of Super Prince there, so enough time bought again for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, man. Maybe Brusco is just like, man, I'm tired of playing Badang. Like, Kirk, you play him. And
your turn.
Your turn. So, like, I don't know. Maybe because he's played them the past couple games, he's like, oh, yeah, oops, I forgot I'm playing the Cho. Like, you know, and ends up dying early on. So, Twisted Minds with that little bit of an advantage. And mind you, that little bit of advantage going to MP the King on the Joy is going to pay dividends, I feel like, especially into the first objective. You can see how aggressive he's being, right? He's on that side of the jungle, and Kirk is there, gives them the information, so they might try to make a play before even that first Lord comes up, especially if Brusco does happen to have that Way of the Dragon by the time the turtle comes up. Then maybe they can make something happen. But this debut pick for Escalera, whoa, Hajizi,
forced out the flicker.
How's this Baksha roam work, man? Like, statistically, I know we've seen it around the other regions, but how good is it?
It's the speed, bro, and how tanky you are. The fact that you're also providing a healing reduction. It's just a solid pickup. I'm not sure of the total win rate globally, but it does pop up often that I ended up having to make a post about him.
You made a post about it. Well, right now, that'll help him go ahead and secure the first objective. Turtle secured. And outplayed too. It looks like he's going ahead and winning his lane against Kawa right now. So a lot of good things happening for Twisted Minds in this game 4. And yeah, MP, like I said, the fact that he's got this early start's great for him. I'm wondering how King Kong's going to go ahead and play catch up here a little bit, or if he's able to just kind of farm up, you know, do his thing.
Yeah, he might even pull off his very own turbo. Is that turbo jungling pattern?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was.
Back in the Keys of Victory?
Yeah, King Kong turbo jungling pattern again with a momentum-based hero like Joy, so that's a good sign for Twisted Minds. And not to mention, as you mentioned rather, Escalera from setting up to being literally the main information guy now for Twisted Minds. They always know where King Kong is rotating and where Brusco is hiding.
Brusco's level 4. I don't think you kick Escalera, obviously. Escalera, by the way, previous game, just had a hell of a game. I like to see that we are in this portion of, well, I guess Twisted Minds has always been like this. Escalera playing the more unorthodox picks, you know, the Guinevere, and now you have the Baksha here. Really takes a certain type of player, but also a team to go ahead and let that happen and play around it. And again, I think as we get through this game and get through some of these objectives, it's like Brusco, he's got to be the guy to start these fights up. There isn't really going to be much anyone else to do it unless Kirk is around the area. But he's kind of just forced to be in his own, you know, lane and follow around James. And we know that James has been the player, like the guy to play the Phoveus to a pretty good game. They might not have win all the time, but it's usually James that is just kind of wrecking the opposing teams when he does get his hands on the Phoveus.
Yeah, this might be one of those games where it's just going to be determined a lot by the major objective team fights. Usually when we have a Cho game, even a fast roaming pick such as the Baksha, there are skirmishes and little actions that happens in the river, in the jungle, but I think both Brusco and Escalera have just turned the page a bit and just decided, you know what, let's just focus on the major objectives. But wait, up top, this could be a big play.
Oh!
Yikes.
KK connection. Gets one on to outplay as MP the King trades instead for the turtle. So outplayed for a turtle.
All right, so the two roamers have their eyes set on the major objective, but the difference is the junglers. King Kong wanted to help Kelra. MP wanted to get the major objective instead. But now it's a losing trade, it seems like, across the map for Twisted Minds because Onic Philippines were able to get the tower up top.
Yeah, they got quite a bit. You know, they gave up the turtle, sure. That's 2 in the hands of Twisted Minds, but you get a nice kill for King Kong, and then you get that turret down. They're going to go ahead and bring them a little bit of an advantage. Nothing too crazy, but still a play nonetheless for Onic Philippines. Now, Twisted Minds still in, I would say, you know, the majority of the control here and working through it. You can see how the XP is going, too, across the board. And that's what I was wondering, you know, how would King Kong deal with that early advantage that MP had? And he's doing relatively fine, at least keeping up the levels, and that play up top was part of it.
Yeah. I mean, jungling pattern uninterrupted. Even if Escalera provides a lot of vision for Twisted Minds, it doesn't necessarily translate to getting King Kong out of his rhythm. And at the same time, yeah, the kill up top plus the turret takedown is outplayed. Gets a turret for himself.
This is like one of those games where it's like you don't want to fight. So it's like we're just going to go on opposite sides of the map and take these objectives while we can. And when we're ready, we'll fight. Because I feel like it's Onic Philippines just kind of waiting to see what Twisted Minds even does here. Mid lane might be the focus.
Want to go for the mid lane and got Super Prince. Brusco got caught in the crossfire again. Up against 5 members. Kirk just has to walk, but still he went in for the combo. Enough time bought to delay and save the turret. But gets taken down. Kelvin joins in the picture. Not going to be able to bring down anyone. And Twisted Minds, everyone survives.
This is exactly why I was gushing over the Eve pickup. Although, yes, there's still a possibility that it would struggle, but that was one of the best scenarios for Hajizi to drop down the real-world manipulation, bring down the star field down to the gods themselves, and now it leads to this. Another turtle taken by Twisted Minds without a problem, and a lot of threat in the center of the map now that Brusco and Super Friends are getting checked incredibly well by Twisted. Looking at the items, up to a Sky Piercer for the Granger. I was worried about the development of outplayed in this game, but now he has a very slight lead over Kelra in the gold. And he has his core items. Brusco!
Connects with the kick, finds Haji. This time, Kelra was able to dish out the damage to bring down one. They want to go for James. Escalera joins the picture. James was able to flicker up, but Kelra goes in as well. Super Prince was able to take down James. Next target is Escalera and a 4-kill swing for the Sonics.
Brusco. And meanwhile, the whole time, here's King Kong pushing another turret down, and we'll take a buff on top of it. Man, they came in and they said, I want it all.
Bro, it's all of the efforts of Twisted Minds in the past 2 minutes. You know what? Past 7 minutes of this game, just completely dashed, head bashed right into the wall as Onic Philippines. I thought that they'd only walk away with 1 or 2, but Twisted Minds decided to fight into it. The fact that Kirk timed his fist break and fist crack. Oh, King Kong found Hajizi, what?
A solo kill in the middle lane, and now they catch James also. There's no flicker, so he might fall down. Super Friends connects. Kelra with the SOD. He's not going to overcommit, though, but 4 members of the Sonics are still here. They want to push the mid lane.
Oh, they're just going to push that mid lane.
Yeah, it's all falling apart for Twisted Minds. Onic Philippines have found more than just second win. They found hope yet again. As it looked like Twisted Minds, after that big sequence at the mid with Hajizi's real-world manipulation leading into the 3rd turtle, in a snap, in a flash, Onic Philippines have taken total control of this game.
Yeah, you know, Brusco took that first blood kill of MP the King personally. Yeah. After that first blood, he wanted to make a play for Onic, and that play in the mid lane that resulted to 4 kills for Onic was the turning point for the Sonics.
Brusco, every time I see Brusco, man, he's like the Hulk, you know? Like, he gets beat up, but it's like the more that he gets beat up, the more that he takes damage, like the angrier it gets and the more plays he pops off. Oh, mid lane again.
Infernal Pursuit forcing them out of position, and Brusco got caught again by MP the King.
No, you won't like him when he's angry.
King Kong joins the picture, and Kirk with a combo again to bring down Hajizi also. Spirit Destruction isn't gonna connect. Kirk, though, caught by 3. Just doing enough time to delay, and Twisted Minds catches 2.
Would have been a completely different story if Kelra's SOD hit. But at the end of the day, it's Twisted Minds who walks away with the victory there. It seems like they're rushing the Lord. They're looking for King Kong. MP found King Kong!
Or did King Kong find MP? He's got to get out of there, though.
But Escalera stun! Beautiful outplay, dishing out the Rhapsody and shuts him down! right in the perfect moment. Even James pops in. Beautiful cast with Dark Wave plus Flicker, but Super Friends was able to cast that ultimate. So it's King Kong down for Onic.
This game, it feels messy, but they're making so many good plays where they need to. The fight for this Lord, though, is crucial. And Onic Philippines, they might want to stop this.
Real Annihilation dropped down already. Spear of Destruction is going to connect. Kelmer goes in, but outplayed. Not going to be able to sustain it. Kelmer just wrecking havoc. Going to pick up 2. James might be the next target here. Super Friends in the picture. But they still be able to take down Brusco. A double kill for Escalera, but an answer from Super Friends.
It's only the Magician left. The Lord will be marching out. Onic did enough to minimize what could have been an absolute destructive Lord take for Twisted. They'll be able to stop the Lord. Now Twisted has to recover from this because it looked good for them. While Onic Philippines, both of them recovering, tripping, falling down, getting back up again. It's a back and forth in the most epic proportions.
Oh man, I love it. I love what we're seeing right now for Game 4. The biggest thing that sticks out for me too for Onic Philippines really is Super Friends again on this Valier. The draft, our panelists were even surprised with it, and Super Friends has been playing really well. As the scales up with the items though, that's where the Valier really turns into a menace for the opposing team.
Yeah.
And we're already starting to see that build up. And they fight for this space around the jungle. King Kong looking for an angle here, or maybe just to take the buff. They might try to go ahead and bait Twisted Minds into a fight. But they might want to not take this as they secure the buff for MP. So crucial, crucial things on both sides. Let's take a quick look at the items here for both teams.
All right. It's written in the star field right now for Twisted Minds. For the ultimate of Hajizi, only up to 2 items, but similar to Super Friends as well. Still neck and neck in terms of the gold. No one with a clear advantage. Wind of Nature already for the Granger. No Wind of Nature defensive item style yet for Kelra. Pure damage for the Moskov. Only up to Holy Crystal is MP the King. Actually decided to rush it as the second item. So that's just a slight adjustment for that. Malefic Gun just built up there for the Moskov. Oh man, this is it'll be very interesting. If you notice, no Dominance Ice built just yet. Still on the way for the third item is for Escalera. But Twisted Minds has been really relying on the passive of the Baksha to be able to reduce the healing coming in on the side of Onic Philippines. Now that Keller's built up, Twisted Minds are going to be building that Dominance Ice on that Baksha at the right time. Question is, will they need another? I feel like they'll need another one. And that has to fall onto James' hands.
James, yeah. And with that, Onic Philippines, the biggest advantage they had is the amount of space they can maneuver. You know, they've got, what, 5 turrets down to 1 for Twisted Minds. And that's where the advantage on the macro level comes in, especially when we start having to consider the Lord takes here. So for Onic Philippines to continue to put pressure on the map and work with that advantage is what Twisted Minds has to deal with, and how they are going to approach that. Now, Brusco too, we've seen it time and time again. This Cho is so risky. If he decides to kick the wrong target to go in, James,
Tried to go in there with Infernal Pursuit, MP the King as well. But Twisted Minds decides to back off.
Yeah, you see the threat there of that Valier. Once he got the Vengeance Flame up, the Burst Fireballs. Stopping Twisted Minds just enough. MP the King really thought about popping his ultimate, but decided, no, it's going to be way too risky for me if I did that. And now the space provided means Onic Philippines will be able to start this Lord comfortably. They're just going to be waiting for Keller to get here with an SOD later on. Twisted Minds, if they can pull this off, force a game number 5, momentum will be in their favor.
Okay, Lord is up. Quarter of the health is down. It's going to go for some resets, though. Kelro will stay bottom side. I feel like that's what we see every single time we have the Moskov come to play. We're just holding our breaths once that Spirit of Destruction is thrown out. But it looks like he's just going to join this one up as he makes his way for this fight. Oh, hold on, Kirk.
Already committed the combo there onto James. King Kong enters the picture. MP the King. Oh, a beautiful kick from Brusco though. But no follow-up for Onic. King Kong got caught by James. But was able to cast a Wiki Shadow Kill and brought down James. One more hit. Hajizi with the RWM to bring down King Kong. MP the King working on Super Friend takes him down as well. 2 kills win for Twisted Mind. But the base, Kelra working on the turret.
turret!
Okay, it's Hajizi. He got back in time. Can he stop Kelra? Can he stop the Moskov? Twisted Minds are able to get this Lord. Kelra!
Okay, Kelra with a beautiful knockback, working on Hajizi. Winter Crown play this time connects. Escalera, Kelra! Escalera wins the fight!
Escalera and Hajizi just in time, stopping the split push. The Lord marching with Twisted. This could be road to game 5.
Oh my goodness, oh my golly, as Brigida would say, because that could have been way worse for Twisted Minds. But they made it happen, and good thing that is a box shot in the hands of Escalera to join the fight that fast.
If this was a Grand Prix, Twisted Minds literally just changed to the hardest of tires, and it's working out very well for them. No way, don't tell me Twisted Minds will actually force game 5. It's a 5v5 though.
Okay, they're trying to deal out damage. James goes in as well. As Escalera tries to zone it out. RWM already cast it down. Kirk got caught again and got bursted down by Outplayed.
That's 2.
But MP the King will fall down. That's 2 for Onic. King Kong. Kelra working. That's 3. 3 members down for the Sonics. Kelra versus James. KK connection. Will they be able to do it though? Kelra was able to walk away as King Kong with a wee shadow kill. Gonna bring down James. Outplayed. Escalera has to back off, but they got one inhibitor turret.
And it's not over yet. KK holds on for the gods. King and Kelra holding on for Onic as Twisted Minds have solidified a lead here. It's not the lead, it's just a lead for a moment because the towers are too close and this game is too close to call.
Oh my goodness, taking a look at the replay again, this was a crucial defense for Onic Philippines, but even with this, again, that Spear Destruction, Kelra and King Kong, they're together to deal with that and even get James. What a play coming out for Onic Philippines. But man, you gotta remember, Twisted Minds is facing elimination from the playoffs with this. They have to win this game to get to a game 5 to keep the hopes alive for now. And once again, we're gonna look at the items here before this next objective comes up.
Winter Crown and Hajizi. We saw it in play earlier during the attempt of Kelra to finish the game alone, but that is going to be the item right now for Haji. I said it earlier, it's written in the star field of the Eve. It's written in Hajizi's hands. The pen is in his hands. A great real-world manipulation will reward them. We saw it earlier, but Onic just got to miraculously defend. Twisted has to do everything they can moving forward to make sure Hajizi does not die.
Crucial, man. That real-world manipulation has been so valuable to just everything that Twisted Minds has been doing, especially when we consider these Lords. It's up now. Both teams will go ahead and figure out how they want to approach this. Earlier on, I said, you know, the advantage for Onic Philippines was the fact that they had all that space to work with. They had the 5 turrets down. They might have gotten a couple more, but Twisted Minds has gotten that as well. Both base turrets to stand for both teams. It'll be Onic Philippines that starts up the Lord here. They've got positioning. Brusco's got an immortality, and James is going to be the one to scout things out. Lord sitting at half health. It's going to go for a soft reset while it does evolve. But now this is the question. Where does Escalera go? What angle do they take? And how does Twisted Minds deal with this? Onic Philippines will take their time here while James gives them all the information they need.
We're going to see another Lord dance once again. Previously in the last game, Twisted Minds executed Lord dances to perfection. They can replicate it now. Forced out Onic out of position. Escalera with a shield unity plus good seal. They may be able to burst out Super Prince. James goes in from the back. Real world manipulation from Ajazy. Gonna bring down Super Prince. King Kong was able to shadow out though. Brusco forced to use the conceal, and they forced back the Sonics.
They've only lost one. That is only one, but that might just be the crack in the armor that they need to take this Lord without a problem. Onic will have to concede it.
Oh no, are they actually going to try to contest this? Quarter of the health on the Lord. Kelra's in the mid lane. It looks like they want to.
Kirk.
Someone has to defend.
Oh, Kelra's going down the mid.
Outplay gets the Lord with their crown play there coming in from James.
Brusco and Kirk on the chase for him. Brusco got caught again. He was able to cheat Kundu out, but the time's up turn for the Twisted Minds, forcing Onic to back off again.
All right, it's going to be a big 5v5. No flickers already for James and Hajizi. Super Friends, Kirk and Brusco. Key battle spells gone. Escalera will get his Revitalize back. Escalera will have to go back and heal, but it seems like he's not going to do it. Lord pushing down bottom, minion wave up top, not going to be able to get cleared by King Kong as he has to go back for the defense. Minion wave in mid. This could be very, very tough for Onic. Can Twisted pull it off?
You're going to have to deal with it. The Lord is so beefy on this side. They don't have much of a front line. Escalera jumps in on Kirk.
Okay, used up the Revitalize, also real world manipulation once again. Dark wave from James. Brusco has to back off. King Kong with the shadow though. Escalera quite low, but they might be able to bring down Kirk. One more hit. Escalera picks up another.
Base defense. We get a nice look at that turn in the mid lane. It's going to go down. They hold on to it. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, they do hold on to it. They can clear out the lanes. But Onic Philippines ultimately still in the game despite a demolished or nearly demolished base.
Not yet done for Onic. We thought the story was so obvious that everyone knew how this was going to be told, but I don't think anyone expected this. A game number 4 on the way potentially to a game number 5 with Twisted Minds 6th, barely making it into the playoffs, taking it to a team that has won in Malaysia again. Did they win in Indonesia? Yes, they did. They've won in so many countries across the world in the past few months.
You saw the if you missed the graphic that we showed earlier in the broadcast before the series even started, it was all the accolades and achievements that Onic Philippines has achieved just throughout the last year or so. And right now with Twisted Minds, this is why I was saying going into this, I was like, yeah, they had their, downtime in the regular season and they probably didn't perform, but they were the team that was testing the limits of the meta.
Yeah.
And you can see it here. It is actually really working in their favor. Those 2.5 weeks or so that we had off from the regular season and going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
It seems like Twisted Minds is a different team from what we saw in the regular season.
And in case you missed the one important plot hook that was discussed in the panel, Coach Bonchan has never been dropped in the first round of the playoffs.
I'd say that's a Bonchan bless.
Yeah, it's the Bonchan effect. Now for Twisted Minds, 1.1k gold lead. Lord has spawned, but Onic Philippines putting a lot of pressure, trying to push in the lanes up top and down bottom. They actually created a slow push down there.
Wow. Calroy even getting a little more defensive. Picks up the potion here again, quite locked in. What is that one called again? Is it a rock potion? What's the defensive potion called?
I actually forgot.
It's the defensive one.
But it's the yellow-orange one.
The yellow-orange one. For some reason, I feel it's a rock potion.
Wasn't it rock potion? I remember
Yeah, I think it's rock potion.
So
Don't doubt yourself.
Picks that up.
Oh.
A little more.
Okay.
Okay.
Prior to the pause again, Kirk already committed the fist crack. To the game.
That's my default reaction when I see our boy bring us back to the land of dawn. Here we go. Lord's already half health, and it's Onic.
Onic
They're
has
taking it.
control of the Lord pit now as King Kong jumps in. They're working on Escalera. A lot of combo committed, but he's still alive. MP the King is in the picture as well. It's going to be Retribution battle! And King Kong will secure the Lord.
Don't tell me it ends this way with one red tree, not even a kill trade. King Kong, the red tree to potentially put an end to Twisted Minds' hopes.
Like, I'm so surprised because we got in, but they had complete control.
No, that means Onic were just able to clear up the waves. We already saw Twisted Minds backing off. The last time we saw that tower, it was exactly at that moment. Still very close to going down, but not down just yet. So logically, that means Twisted Minds backed off, played for Lord positioning, and it just turned into a dance, leading to Onic Philippines getting better positioning. How? Unfortunately, we can only assume how they got into better position.
Yeah.
But it led to this. Twisted Minds had a very good shot at that, but MP the King just straight up lost the retry battle against King Kong.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one now. They're on the defense. Again, Onic Philippines lost the 2 base turrets earlier on, and with this beefed up Lord at the 24.5-minute mark in this game 4, they're looking to punch into the base. Last base turrets, 2 in base Twisted Minds in the mid and top. Waves are pushing in. They want to put the pressure. A couple immortalities here are available, but they're going to have to deal with the Lord here.
Super Friends already casted the ultimate. Brusco has his flicker.
Oh,
James got
James.
stuck. Immortality will be popped. JC dropped down the RWM as King Kong works on the top lane. Lord still up. Twisted Minds trying to defend as much as possible. King Kong jumps in once again, forced out the Winter Crown onto Ajizi.
Discipline not over yet. Onic Philippines though might be able to continue the siege with focusing on the tower in the mid lane. No more real world manipulation for Hajizi.
Oh, watch Brusco.
Watch the Bruiser again. They're not going to overcommit though. As Twisted Minds clears out the minions.
And they hold on. Twisted Vines will not lose that mid turret. And so both teams holding on to the mid base turrets. A little bit healthier here on this side for Twisted Minds, but ultimately Onic Philippines was able to make a play based off that Lord. They didn't want to risk too much though. You saw how they went according to that fight.
Yeah.
Because they have to respect the damage that Twisted Minds has. Not only that, but even just how tanky they seem to be in dealing with that front-loaded damage that Onic Philippines is throwing at them.
Yeah, it seems outplayed should be at around, I'm guessing maybe 40 stacks on the Sky Piercer already, which means maybe that's why Onic Philippines is also being very careful. They know that they can just get cleaned up by the Granger that so far that they cannot reach right now. Twisted Minds is playing a very tight formation. Despite all the damage Onic Philippines can throw out, we are at the point of the game where Twisted Minds can hold on. But it doesn't look good for Twisted, as the pressure up top from the minion waves means that they're sacrificing a lot just to make sure that they can get this Lord. MP the King will be the one to clear it up, and Onic seems like they'll get another one without a problem.
Conceal from Escalera. They're going to find Kirk, forced out the ultimate. Achizi once again with the RWM, but King Kong will secure the Lord. Brusco Immortality will be popped. Forced out the flicker plus the conceal. No casualties for the Sonics.
And they're able to get out, but still holding it down for the purple buffo.
James flickers in. And brings down Super Friends.
They're forcing it.
MP the King onto the back.
God.
They caught King Kong. Immortality pop. Keller trying to help him, but King Kong got eliminated. That's 2 members down for Onic.
Okay, will Twisted Minds even try to stop the Lord? I think they really need to. They don't have enough minion waves in the mid to try and end it. They're gonna get the tower though, unless, will they brute force it down mid?
They can because there's minions into the middle lane. Escalera is there as well. Oh, flickers. MP the King goes from the back. Brusco might be in trouble here as Ajizi brings him down. Twisted Minds extends the series.
What was that?
What?
Into a game 5! You thought it was a story, clear as day, but a plot twist might be on its way. Game 5! Twisted takes Onic to game